Well, hello there. How are you? I know. Did you miss me last week? Well, listen, I missed you. I missed doing the show. It's become so part of my life, my routine. So I definitely missed it. But I got caught up in a business meeting that went way longer than planned. But the outcome was pretty good. But it just prevented me from bringing you the show last week. But here we are today, and so let's go ahead and get started.
For Maryland's Cafe Society. For Maryland's Cafe Society. For Maryland's Cafe Society.
All right. That's right, everybody. It is that time for another edition of Maryland's Cafe Society Radio on YouTube. It's Tuesday, November 8th, 2022. And of course, it's election day here in the state of Illinois and in other states across the country. So make sure you get out and vote. And I was just thinking things just seem to be getting uglier and uglier politically, but we can't get wrapped up in all of that nonsense, right? We can't get caught up in all the rhetoric because some of it is not factual, nor is it truth. So just know the candidates and vote accordingly. But listen, did you know that across several states there are over 100 ballot measures for voters to consider? Yeah. And the outcome of these measures could affect the lives of millions of people here in this country, from everything from voting rights to abortion rights to marijuana legalization. So make sure you vote, folks. Now, listen, the Department of Justice announced that it will monitor polls in 64 areas across 24 states today to guard against election meddling and voter intimidation. I just can't believe, uh, you know, the state of things in this country right now. But let's just stay tuned and, pray and hope that all will be well on this election day. All right, and so Cafe Talk is coming up a bit later on in the show, but let me go ahead and get you prepped for it, all right? And so we know that the world needs dreamers. Are you one? Are you a dreamer? Yeah, we're going to talk about it a little bit later on in the show, and it is a good thing to be a dreamer, but I just want to remind you of something. And again, we'll talk about it later in the show. All right, and now we'll get into the cafe news segment. And of course, I'll keep it brief because it is election day, and I still got to get out there and check in with some other folks to make sure they get out there. And I hope you do the same. But here's one or two stories that kind of caught my attention. And we haven't talked about it since the new season started much. And of course, I'm referring to COVID-19. And so here's an update that I stumbled upon for you now. There's a current concern about super spreader events. And so these super spreader events are still a thing that we should be concerned about, even though it's being reported that most people now have some immunity against COVID, either through being vaccinated and boosted or even having the infection, the COVID-19 infection, and then developing the natural immunity. But it is noted that because of the high level of immunity in the United States and the population at large, that, many super spreading events aren't as rampant as it was in the beginning, in those early days of COVID, but that we still should be very careful about attending large gatherings like concerts and weddings and conferences and things like that, or even being out in public spaces where there's large crowds of people. So According to a report from the Huffington Post, when attending these kind of events, folks, we still should just, exercise a little caution and still mask up. Make sure that the spaces and places are well ventilated. And of course, maybe even take a COVID test before attending these large gatherings. Because remember, you could, be vaccinated, have the natural immunity, but still have COVID. You can walk around with it and be asymptomatic, meaning not having any symptoms, but you still have the infection. And so you could spread it and cause others to get it. So those are some things that we should still be doing just for precautionary measures. Also, as I always remind you guys, if you've been checking out the blog, just make sure that you build up your natural immunity by eating properly and making sure you get good doses of vitamin C and so forth, just to kind of keep yourself protected. Okay. All right, and then this story I thought was interesting because I'm still trying to learn about this cryptocurrency thing. But listen, the United States Department of Justice recently reported that it seized just under $3.4 billion worth of Bitcoin. Yeah, they raided the home of this gentleman by the name of James Zong, who, by the way, recently pleaded guilty to wire fraud. Yeah, so he allegedly stole this crypto back in 2013 from a dark web marketplace called Silk Road. And now, of course, Silk Road has since shuttered, but this all happened back in 2013, when we were first starting to kind of hear about this crypto thing, right? But anyway, this seizure marks the government's second largest crypto recovery ever after that $3.6 billion worth of crypto it got back from a Brooklyn couple who had been accused of hacking Bitfinex, which is another cryptocurrency business. So interesting, right? Interesting. And so, how does that translate? Well, I guess it does translate into billions of dollars, but I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this crypto stuff. And I will, if you're listening and you know about it, reach out because I really want someone to break this down to me and understand and help me understand the crypto world. Producer at marilynscafesociety.com. Get an expert in touch with me so that we can kind of do a segment on this because I really want to understand more about crypto. All right. And so in other news, this is a strange story too, to some degree, but Tyson Foods Chief Financial Officer John Tyson, who, by the way, is the son of Tyson's chairman and the great grandson of its founder, has recently been arrested for allegedly being so intoxicated that he ended up in a stranger's house and fell asleep in her bed. But the weirdest part is that where this all happened was in Washington County, Arkansas, which is the same county where Beyond Meat's ex-chief operations officer was arrested for allegedly biting someone's nose back in September. Weird stuff, right? Weird news, but you know, um, everybody has a bad day, right? We all have bad days. We all have our mess ups and screw ups. But hopefully, that was just an isolated incident that will not happen anymore because that is a very, very important position to hold, um, you know, and a legacy to hold up as well. So prayerfully, he'll get it together and, Tyson's Foods will be okay. Okay. And then last but not least, listen, folks, the November 7th, 2022 Powerball jackpot soared to become the largest Powerball jackpot in the game's history. That's right, it surpassed $2 billion. This all happened overnight because, like I said at the top of the show, today is November 8th. So listen, 2.04 billion is now what the jackpot is. And of course, the winner would have the cash option of just under $1 billion. I think it's like 929.1 million to be exact. And so how do you wrap your mind around that, right? But anyway, as many of you may have heard, last night's Powerball drawing was delayed over what they called a security protocol. Anyway, fast forward till about 11 a.m. today. The winning numbers were finally announced, and here they are. Are you ready? And they are 10, 33, 41, 47, and 56. Again, 10, 33, 41, 47, and 56. And the Powerball was 10. And so, as of that announcement of the winning numbers, obviously there were no known jackpot winners, but, of course, we'll keep our ears to the ground to, hear later in the day, perhaps if they will be announcing a winner of that $2 billion Powerball jackpot. Truly, truly mind blowing. So anyway, did you play? You can't win if you don't play, and somebody's got to win it. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. Now let's go ahead and get into our cafe talk, everyone. And so here's that question again. Are you a dreamer? And I'm not referring to, when you go to sleep at night, you have a dream. I'm talking about a dreamer, someone who just, I would say God drops things on them, and they dream about I don't know, it could be a small dream. Maybe you want to lose weight. You're dreaming about losing weight. Maybe you're dreaming about winning that $2 billion Powerball jackpot. Maybe you're dreaming about finishing up college and earning your college degree, whatever it is. Good for you, because we all, if we don't have a dream, what is going to motivate you and encourage you to move through life day to day, right? So, but here's the thing that I want to add to that. Be a dreamer, have a dream, but don't get stuck there. Like a few people do, they dream and dream and dream, but they don't do anything with the dream. So I think it's important for dreamers to become doers, right? So you have the dream, and before you could see that dream come true, there are things you need to do, steps you need to take, action. It's sort of like prayer. Prayer without, or faith without works is dead. So you have to do something. Don't just dream about it. Don't just dream about finishing up that college degree. Go enroll in class and step by step start taking the courses, right? Don't dream about losing the weight. Adjust your eating habits and get moving. Do things. Take those necessary steps that will help you achieve your goal of losing weight. The lottery. If you want to be the jackpot winner, you just can't sit there and dream about it and not play. Go purchase a ticket or two or three or four, or some folks I know go purchase hundreds of tickets in the hopes of becoming the winner when the jackpot gets big like this. So anyway, the point is, it's a beautiful thing to dream and to have dreams, but in order to fulfill those dreams or cause those dreams to become true, there are actions that you have to take. So don't just be a dreamer, be a doer as well. And that's what I want to talk about. So, if you want to jump into the comment section on the video and talk about your dreams and what you're doing to achieve those dreams, please do so, or just connect on the social media. Okay. All right, folks, and that's all I got because, like I said, it's going to be a busy day, and I did not want this week to go by without us checking in. So that's it for the show. I do want to remind you for the word that we're going to focus on for the month of November. It's a repeat from last November. And the word this month is treg, treg, which means neat and smart in appearance. Treg. Okay, so we'll meditate on it, we'll practice using it, and hopefully add it to our vocabulary. All right, so we are in that Christmas giving spirit. And so I certainly want to remind businesses, services, anyone with a brand or product, if there's something you want to promote and just gain some additional exposure for during this time, certainly reach out to me, make it become a part of our Christmas giveaway. Well, we did October, by the way. Congratulations once again to our October winner, T. Wright of Plainfield, Illinois. And so we'll be doing the November drawing of the week of the 25th of November, and obviously the December drawing right around Christmas Day. And so it's not too late to get your product in that gift bag, and we can certainly plug and promote what you do every weekend, of course, on the website. So if you're interested, send your email to producer@Maryland'sCafeSociety.com, and we'll make that happen. And of course, visit the website, Maryland'sCafeSociety.com, where you can connect with me on social media. Of course, the blog, I will get a blog up this week, I promise. And a new one, I should say, a new blog. And of course, you can catch me right here on YouTube. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and join the email club as well, Mondays with Marilyn, by sending your email to me at maryland'scafesociety@yahoo.com, and just say, add me to the club, add me to the email club, and I'll do it. All right. All right, everybody. Well, before we go, I got to remind you what love is, and love is this week manifesting your dreams. Okay. And if you don't do anything else this week, be sure that you live, laugh, and love. And I'm going to add vote. Go out and vote. As always, everybody, it's been a pleasure and a privilege. And we'll talk again on the next show. Peace, everybody.